If you've seen my review of the 9th generation A4, then you know I hold it in high regard. In the case of the uptuned S4, Audi has done something most automakers continually fail to do with a car like this: increase performance while retaining the virtues of the conventional car. And the S4 does just that, and more. On the topic of more, we only had a few bones to pick with the A4. Rock hard knee rest, grabby brake feel, and generally laggy throttle response, all of which have been addressed with the S4. In fact, throttle response, after giving the shifter a light tap into sports, is what makes this car such a hoot to drive. Boot the rightmost pedal, and the 3-liter turbocharged V6 springs into action with virtually no hesitation. And yes, 354 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, and a 4.3 second 0 to 60 are all well and good, but they don't tell the whole story here. The real magic comes when you combine that throttle response with a hugely expansive torque curve. Okay, I'll get on the gas hard at just 2,000 RPM. And look, let's push to the back of the seat. Power continues to build in such a linear, non-dramatic way that this is a car that could get you into trouble if you're not watching the speedometer like you do your phone. Beyond omnipresent power, the S4 placates your practical side with a little help from supremely comfortable 12-way front seats with adjustable side bolsters and thigh extensions, a well-hushed cabin when the exhaust isn't set to look at me mode, and surprisingly decent fuel economy. With a real-world score of 32.4 mpg on the highway, the significantly more powerful S4 sees only a 6 mpg loss compared to the A4. Better yet, this everyday practicality doesn't stop at fuel economy. Lower ride height and all, the S4's more aggressively tuned suspension still feels nearly as compliant as that of the standard A4. But that doesn't mean it's a slouch in the handling department either. Thanks in part to sharp steering reflexes and a smartly calibrated quattro all-wheel drive system that apportions 40% of available power to the front wheels and 60% to the rear. In other words, going fast in the S4 doesn't require a great deal of car control. So if you want to go fast but have no intention of acquiring the skills to do so, this might be the workaround you've been looking for. And with a starting price of just under $52,000, including destination fees, there's never been a more affordable way to blast through corners with minimal effort. At that price, you'll also get full LED headlights, a moonroof, leather and Alcantara seating surfaces complete with heated front seats, 4 drive modes including a customizable individual setting, a 19-speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system, an intuitively designed 7-inch remote-operated media center with a backup camera and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay integration, and an 8-speed automatic transmission. Yes, you heard right. The S4 ditches the A4's more sophisticated dual-clutch auto box for a traditional 8-speed unit. But the news isn't all bad because this transmission is really good. It's smooth around town, and upshift times via the paddle shifters are nearly as quick as those of the twin clutch. There is a slight hesitation on downshifts. And before you ask, a manual transmission is not available. Getting back to pricing, waving goodbye to $65,000 gets you Audi's virtual cockpit, a larger 8.3-inch main display with embedded navigation, a heated steering wheel that replaces the standard flat-bottom assembly, and Audi's pre-safe technologies comprised of all-speed adaptive cruise control with traffic jam assist, lane departure assist, automatic collision braking, and blind spot monitoring with cross-traffic alert. So if you're not quite smitten with the S4, what else should you consider? Well, how about the rear-drive BMW 340i, which features a slightly less powerful 3-liter turbocharged engine, but can be paired with a traditional 6-speed manual gearbox. And then there's the Mercedes-AMG C43. With a similar starting price, comparable output figures, standard rear-biased all-wheel drive, and an equally gorgeous interior, the C43 is a serious contender to the Audi. But the S4 is perhaps the only car in this class that can behave like a legitimate luxury sedan around town and then instantly transform into a proper sports car when the mood strikes. To put it another way, it isn't just a higher performing A4, it's a better one.